Good morning, everybody. My name is Heather Kendall, and I'm the Education Coordinator for Earth Advantage. And we'll be presenting Help Your Clients Make Energy Efficient Decisions today on behalf of the Energy Trust of Oregon. I just want to do a really quick sound test to make sure that I'm coming through loud and clear. So if a few of you could just type something into the chat box, let me know that you can hear me, that would be great. I'm hoping that everybody can hear me. I'm not seeing anything in the chat box. Okay, great. Looks like everyone can hear me. That's great. Okay, we're going to go ahead and get started then. So thank you for joining us today. Just a quick overview of what we're going to be covering. We're going to take a quick look at the Energy Trust of Oregon history. We're going to review their residential programs and their EPS new construction program, as well as how folks can go about getting an EPS. So just a quick overview of what Energy Trust of Oregon is and what they do. Energy Trust of Oregon is an independent nonprofit organization. We serve 1.6 million customers in Oregon, Northwest Washington, who are customers of PGE, Pacific Power, Northwest Natural, Cascade Natural Gas, and Avista Gas, which is in Cascade Natural Gas and Avista in Southwest Washington, excuse me. Services for every type of customer are available. They cover residential, commercial, industrial, agricultural. They have comprehensive programs across all sectors of the economy. The way that they serve their customers is by promoting electric and natural gas efficiency, which results in affordable energy. We also promote renewables, which helps support homegrown renewable power. Before I go any further, I apologize. Just if you do have any questions along the way, if you could throw them into the chat box. Oregon Association of Realtors is going to send those to me, and I'll address your questions via email within the next day or so. All right, moving on. So Energy Trust of Oregon, this is some of their accomplishments, some of the things that they've done and are planning on doing. Since 2002, we have invested in $1.5 billion in utility customer funds for energy saving investments that transfer over 660,000 homes and businesses across Oregon and Washington. This resulted in 10,000 renewable energy systems generating clean power. Their investments have also helped participating customers save $2.7 billion in their energy bills so far. Over time, these utility bill savings are projected to range at approximately $6.9 billion. Our investments have kept 20 million tons of CO2 out of the atmosphere. This is equivalent to removing 3.5 million cars from Oregon roads for a year. So this is Energy Trust. This is the Energy Trust territory map. This is you'll want to know about this because this will help you know if the customers that you're serving are in Energy Trust territory. Always remember to determine client eligibility before offering any Energy Trust solutions. You have to be a ratepayer of one of the 5 participating utilities. Again, that's PGE, Pacific Power, Northwest Natural, and Cascade Natural Gas, or Avista. This map is available for download on Energy Trust website. We'll include a link in our follow-up email that'll give you access to this, and you can download it and save it and print it. But just a reminder, make sure you check this when you are assisting customers with doing any sort of energy efficient upgrades or wanting to use any Energy Trust programs, because they will need to be in Energy Trust territory. Energy Trust does collaborate with participating utilities and the Oregon Department of Energy. Their programs are held to cost effectiveness requirements and spending caps by the Oregon Public Utility Commission. Consequently, because of these cost-effective requirements, Energy Trust does evaluate energy savings and program operations on an ongoing basis. So this means it is important to always to check the Energy Trust website for the most current available incentives and programs as they do evolve and change over time. So let's go ahead and look at the different programs available for residential customers in more detail. This is an overview of engagement tools offered by Energy Trust Residential Program. Owners or residents of single-family and manufactured homes can take advantage of these services and solutions, ranging from no-cost offers to whole house energy retrofits. They range anywhere from energy saver kits, home energy review, cash incentives, and we're going to talk about each of these individually, as well as their Trade Ally contractor program. So the Energy Saver Kit, this is something you can order for yourself and then encourage your clients to order their own box of energy efficient light bulbs and faucet aerators. You could receive free LEDs for standard or recessed fixtures, 2 faucet aerators, 2 high performance shower heads, depending on the information you provide in the little brief survey that you have to fill out about the home where the kit's going to be installed. You can also order a kit for your clients as a new home gift, as long as they live in a home that's in Energy Trust territory. Just a reminder that if you do order this on behalf of your clients, the kits are mailed directly to the qualifying address. The Energy Saver Kit will also include information for the homeowner about Energy Trust and what they can do for the next step after installing their light bulbs and water conserving devices. There is a link here on this slide. Again, you'll get a copy of these slides in a follow-up email from Oregon Association of Realtors. So you can just click on that link and it'll take you right to the page where you can request an Energy Saver Kit. After installing the free products in an Energy Saver Kit, you can assess how efficient your home is overall. The kit will include information on how to find the home energy review tool online. Energy Trust has created an online tool to help evaluate homes and identify the top priorities for energy saving improvements. You can direct your customers to this resource as they begin the process of buying or selling. You can go to www.energytrust.org/start, and you can find the link to start your home energy review. It's easy, really easy to complete. It can be done in less than 10 minutes. It's super easy, and it gives you a really good rundown of next steps to energy efficient upgrades. Again, we provided a link there in this slide that you can click right through to for more information. After you determine the big ways a home is wasting energy, you can see what incentives are offered to offset the cost of improvement. Incentive guides are posted on Energy Trust website and list all qualifying upgrades and incentives. As we mentioned a few minutes ago, incentives can change during the year, so always check the website for the most current information. This is an image of the Oregon Cash Incentive Grid available in print and on Energy Trust website. Some home upgrades and incentives available to customers of Portland General Electric, Pacific Power, Northwest Natural, Cascade Natural, and Avista Gas include anything from windows and insulation, gas fireplaces and gas furnaces, smart thermostats. They even have incentives for spa covers. And of course, the big one that's out there these days is also incentives for solar. So this is going to be your go-to resource for finding that information. And again, we provided a link for you to make that quick and easy to find. We also want to make you aware that there is a Washington cash incentive sheet for Northwest Natural customers living in Southwest Washington. So they do have a different set of incentives available to them in Northwest Washington. Some of those include air and duct sealing incentives that are available, because these are for gas savings. The incentives are a little bit different. Again, if you click on this from the PDF that we're going to provide, this will take you to the Energy Trust website, and you can download this or find more information. So the Trade Ally network Our contractors are trained on Energy Trust standards and are aware of energy saving opportunities and the cash incentives available from Energy Trust for qualifying projects. There is a searchable directory of trade allies on Energy Trust website, and we encourage you to refer customers to this resource. I'm going to go ahead and click through, and you guys can see what that looks like. It'll take you to this page. You can select what you're looking for. Say you're wanting to maybe put in a new air conditioner, you type in your zip code. And this gives you a list of all the different air conditioning contractors that are available in your area. You can select them from the list. And here at the top, you can do print list, and it provides you with a PDF of the contractors that you selected, areas for your customers to make notes, and also some questions that you can ask the contractor, as well as questions to ask yourself when you're going through this process. So that's a very handy little tool there when you're getting ready to do any sort of energy efficient upgrades on your home, or a good place to refer for clients if they're looking to do something like that as well. Okay, the next thing on our list is our no cost or low cost tips provided on the Energy Trust website. You can make small, affordable changes to help increase the comfort of your home and lower your energy costs. Some of these include, of course, your LED light bulbs, which are found at pretty good discount prices. Just look for the Energy Trust logo at participating realtors throughout Oregon. Some of the other ones that I like to mention is to plant trees to provide shade on the sunny sides of your home, especially if you have windows that face west or south. This provides shade in the summer and solar gain in the winter. And another good one, we all have lots of electronics in our house, so we advise you to group printers, computers, monitors, DVD players, TVs, and other electronic devices on accessible power strips that you can turn on and off as needed, and that way they're not pulling electricity when they're not being used. In addition, Energy Trust also has created resources for income qualified homeowners. Energy Trust offers special incentives, resources on bill payment, and no-cost energy upgrades to income qualified households. So check out our website for more information on that. Again, we've provided you with the link. Some of the financing options that are available are savings within reach. This is an increased cash incentive for income qualified households. And we also offer in-bill payment, which offers finance upgrades using low-cost financing that can be repaid through your energy bill. So again, we've provided you a link. You can go directly to the Energy Trust website to get additional information and learn how to access those programs. Energy Trust has also created a bilingual website for one-stop shopping for Spanish-speaking customers. Again, there's a link here, so you can link directly to that page, and it has all the same information that we've already discussed with the income qualified, in-bill payments. All that is available through this website for Spanish-speaking clients. Okay, so that's it for our residential programs. Now we're going to take a look at the Energy Trust program EPS for new construction. Energy Trust new construction team encourages and supports builders to construct EPS rated homes that are more efficient than code currently requires. Average EPS home is 22% above code. Basically what this means is that it uses 22% less energy to operate each year than a code built home would. The Energy Trust team works with trade allies, builders, contractors, architects, all the way through the construction process. EPS New Construction offers free technical assistance and training, access to a suite of marketing materials, as well as cash incentives for builders and other allies. EPS homes are more efficient than homes built to code. They, of course, cost less to operate, but different customers or market segments will have different priorities and benefits that resonate with them. So this slide is providing us with some recommendations on some of the ways to convey EPS benefits to your customers outside of the cost savings that they're going to experience. Some may be more enthusiastic about a more comfortable home, or a home with better air quality, or perhaps a more durable home that requires less maintenance. So EPS just isn't for builders. It also gives real estate professionals a chance to explain what makes these homes so special, not just for their energy efficiency and savings, but also their comfort, health, and durability. So in the next few slides, we're going to highlight key benefits, and we're going to highlight key benefits real estate agents can use to sell EPS-rated homes. So the first one we're going to cover today is comfort. An EPS-built home is going to have more efficient heating and cooling equipment and better quality insulation and better windows. So this means for the customer or for the homeowner that comfort can be expected, and a quieter and more comfortable home that will be free of drafts. So that's an important one for a lot of folks. The next on the list is health. The standard tight construction of an EPS-built home will help prevent unwanted pollutants and drafts in the home. Properly sealed ductwork and mechanical ventilation ensures that the air quality is always maximized. Tighter homes always allow less dust from outside, and great benefit to the dry areas east of the Cascades. And with our the higher risk of forest fires and smoke and things like that, again, this nice tight construction is a real benefit. So this slide just is illustrating all the different things that can get into the air in your house. It illustrates the many common features that make proper ventilation really important in the home. Fumes from attached garages and products that you store in your garage, moisture and gases from appliances, all contribute to poor air quality that can be harmful to occupants. So in a nice tightly built home, ensuring that fresh air enters the home while pollutants exits allows for that healthy home that EPS provides. And also another benefit of an EPS-built home is durability. EPS indicates that a builder has invested in quality construction techniques. This home was tested and was verified by an independent third party to ensure proper installation and completion. For the homeowner, this means less risk of mold and moisture damage and less maintenance over time. And last but certainly not least is the savings. All EPS-rated homes have energy-saving construction and techniques, equipment, lighting, and appliances. It reminds home buyers to keep in mind that the lower operating costs of an energy-efficient home. It has been reported that the amount of money that homeowners spend annually on energy equates to approximately 15% of the cost of home ownership. So it's really important to highlight the energy savings because that's a big chunk of their budget that goes into operating that home. And if they can save money through energy efficiency, it's a really good way to go. So highlight the score and point out how much better this home would perform than if the home was just simply built to code. So this is just a short list of the common features you'll find in an EPS home. This is not an exhaustive list by any means, but it does give you a really good idea of what's going into these homes. These features make an EPS home operate at a high level of efficiency than a code home, higher quality and better insulation, tighter construction, which protects the insulation and indoor air quality, and ducts, which protect the air quality. Just as a quick refresher, here are the 4 primary benefits of an EPS home that you can mention when marketing or speaking with a home buyer or homeowner. Remember that different market segments will have different priorities and benefits that resonate with them. So you may have a client that's more concerned with health. You know, maybe they have a child that has asthma, talking about that nice tight construction and the good ventilation systems in that home. That's going to be, you know, the idea that you're going to want to convey. You know, maybe it's an older couple, you know, just looking to have a nice, comfortable home that doesn't have any drafts. So you're going to, you know, emphasize the comfort characteristic of the EPS home. So this is an overview of incentives for trade allies. Builders and verifiers who participate in the residential program to build EPS homes may qualify for cash incentives from Energy Trust depending on the energy efficiency improvements installed during construction. If you are working with a builder that might be interested in EPS, this chart will provide helpful guidance on specifications that will improve a home's energy performance and qualify it for related incentives. Incentives are going to vary depending on what energy efficiency measures are implemented in the home. What it's illustrating here is anywhere from a 10% improvement all the way up to a 40% improvement, and gives you some of the basic characteristics that would be implemented in the home for different levels of energy efficiency. This EPS new construction incentive for allies is going to be available in a folder that we're going to share with you all with all kinds of other resources. So this is something that you'll be able to download and print and have handy if you are working with a builder that may be interested or already is building EPS homes. Careful planning in a new construction project reduces the chances of costly on-site errors and allows the builder to take advantage of a $500 incentive from Energy Trust. The incentive for holding a 3-hour early design assistance meeting encourages builders to compile a team to evaluate and plan out projects in the early planning stages. The team should include the builder, superintendent, designer architect, possibly the customer, subcontractors, EPS verifier, and must feature at least one EPS new construction team member. Consulting each party and allowing them to weigh in is a smart move that pays off in more ways than one. Early design assistance does create an opportunity for all participants to provide input, voice their concerns, and discuss installation sequencing. This gives the builder a chance to address any potential problem areas early on in the process. So I'd like to give an example of this so you can just get an idea why this particular service is kind of important. So for example, if an early design planning in action, consider a builder or an architect working with an HVAC contractor before construction begins. Traditionally, HVAC contractors don't enter the picture until the home is like in a post-framing stage. This often does leave them in the position of accommodating a home that wasn't initially designed for a specific HVAC system. So in this early design planning session, you can avoid this predicament by encouraging early collaboration. It allows the designer to make adjustments and the framer to maintain proper clearances and routing, and also keeps plumbers and electricians aware of all the potential conflicts. The end result is going to be a better performing system that costs less upfront because there were no mistakes made and nothing needs to get fixed. Is it less expensive to maintain and offers superior comfort and all the other great benefits for both the builder and the future homeowner. So we're going to mention accessory dwelling units just really briefly. I know this doesn't apply to all areas of the state, but interest in accessory dwelling units is steadily climbing as more and more homeowners see the value of having extra living or rental space on their property. There's a huge increase in the construction of these in Portland and also in Bend, but they are also popular in other cities around the state, and there has been some initiatives passed recently by the state of Oregon that's going to increase the potential for ADUs across the state even more. Energy Trust offers performance-based incentives to builders of energy-efficient ADUs that earn an EPS. An ADU can earn an EPS and does qualify for incentives as well. So a qualifying unit must meet specific efficiency requirements and are designed to deliver low energy costs and superior overall performance. So the best way to begin the process with these ADUs is to meet with an Energy Trust Trade Ally verifier during the design phase. This verifier will work with you to make sure your ADU meets Energy Trust incentive specification requirements. It's very similar to doing a single-family home in that sense. Additional accounts incentives are also available for ductless heat pump installation, a highly efficient heating and cooling solution perfectly suited for ADUs, Please note that the ductless heat pump incentive does not apply to ADUs already earning an EPS and performance-based incentives. So for more information, these links here on this slide are live, so you can click through the Energy Trust website. But if you just click on, if you go to energytrust.org, click on residential, there's going to be some information about ADUs and how you can get an EPS for an ADU. Okay, we're going to talk a little bit now about exactly what an EPS is. EPS is a voluntary rating system that can be requested by builders or homeowners during the construction phase. It's currently available for new construction throughout Oregon and Southwest Washington. The purpose behind EPS is it is a resource to give visibility and awareness to consumers on the performance of a home shell and mechanical systems under standard operating conditions. It works really similar to how the miles per gallon label does when we're shopping for a car. Basically lets you know how that home is going to perform. Why is EPS valuable to a builder or a real estate professional or even a home buyer? It can be used to compare energy use and cost of a newly built home to other similar sized homes on the market. It can give improved clarity to home buyers in a market that is full of green claims. EPS can also serve as a promotional tool that can help sell efficient homes. You can document a newly built home's energy performance, excuse me, and use that information to support your marketing efforts and distinguish your business. It also serves as a valuable educational tool for the home buyer to understand the home's potential energy use, environmental impact, and estimated energy costs. This helps them make informed decisions when investing in their new home. We will include an electronic copy of a sample EPS in the materials folder that we'll share with you after the webinar today. But really quick, we're going to go over what you're going to see, what you're looking at when you are looking at an EPS report or an EPS sheet. So the first thing you're going to see, this EPS sheet gives home buyers, realtors, and builders a quantitative look at the energy consumption, carbon footprint, and operating costs of the home. EPS shows the home's expected performance under average operating conditions. This information can be used to compare homes based solely on their energy impact. On the reverse side, a brief explanation of the use of EPS and which factors are accounted for when calculating EPS, such as the home size, air leakage, insulation, windows, heating and cooling systems, water, heating, lighting, major appliances, and standard operating conditions. It also provides a quick explanation on the relationship between energy use and carbon impact, and as well as a short description of Energy Trust. So the upper portion of the EPS sheet shows estimated energy costs, monthly and annual, and some important information specific to the home, such as the street address, the year it was built, the type of home, and the date the EPS was issued. Sorry about that. There you go. Now we're looking only at the energy portion of the sheet. The amount of kilowatts per hours and therms consumption, that's electricity and natural gas consumption, is used to create the home's energy score. It's placed on a scale, with 0 being the best and 200 being a home that consumes a large amount of energy. My old 107-year-old home in Southeast Portland is going to be at that 200 plus level with its single pane windows and leaky air ducts and things like that. So it's going to put it on a scale. And average energy and carbon are calculated based on a statewide housing survey that collected housing data, including size, HVAC equipment, year built, and other efficiency features. This average was averaged across the state to reflect the average building practices for new construction and home retrofit throughout the region. Average energy consumption and carbon were calculated using these standard details. So this particular home, if it would have been built to energy, just regular Oregon code, it would have had an EPS of 81. This home's actual energy score of 67 reflects the installed energy efficiency measures in the home. The difference in these scores is the amount of energy that was saved by installing the energy efficiency measures. The carbon score acts the same as the energy score, with 0 being the best and 25 being a home with a large carbon impact. Here we can see the average carbon score in Oregon. And then the home as if it would have been built to code. So the average score is a 10.3. If it was built to code, it would be 8.1. This particular home was able to achieve, with all these energy efficiency measures, a carbon score of 6.9. This is a closer look at the reverse side that shows which factors are accounted for when calculating the EPS. This list can be helpful, particularly for appraisers, to see the above code features when making adjustment of value. There's also a section on the back to help define the terminology of energy score, carbon footprint, and explanations about the comparison points shown on the front. So lots of information available on that EPS report. EPS is not a certification, a program, or a guarantee or a cash incentive. EPS is an energy performance scoring tool that helps homeowners and homebuyers make informed decisions, helps brokers and agents make market a home, or help appraisers value a home. It's simply a label with very useful information, but please don't confuse it with other certifications out there, such as LEED for Homes, Earth Advantage, Passive House, or Energy Star. It's not one of these certifications. It is an energy label. Okay. So how do you get an EPS? It's a pretty good question. How does this all work? So the home builder becomes an Energy Trust trade ally and then hires a verifier to facilitate the training, inspection, energy modeling, and creating the EPS for the new home. So the builder contacts the verifier. The verifier uses modeling software to create what we call a preliminary EPS. It gives you an idea based on, the size of the home, what kind of equipment's going to be put in there. It gives you an idea of what the EPS score, what you may be able to achieve. Then the builder and subcontractors construct the home, including the installation of all the various energy efficiency measures and features. The verifier then inspects the home at two different visits, one before drywall is installed, and then the other after the home is completed. Verifiers confirm the EPS requirements are met and flag issues that require remediation. And once that verification process is complete, the builder will receive an official EPS. So you can find and upload EPS in the RMLS as well as the MLS-CO. So we're going to talk a little bit about the system in Central Oregon as well to better market your listings and help your home buyers find energy efficient homes. So here's a screenshot of the RMLS data input form where you can include that the home received an EPS in the public remarks. You can mark the energy efficient features of the home. You'll also want to upload a PDF copy of the EPS. In the green energy supplement form is where you can specifically enter the EPS in the RMLS. There's a place to note the verification type, which is EPS, as well as the score received and the date the score was issued. So you'll see that highlighted here. To enter the EPS into your listing, you must add the green energy supplement form and then fill out green verification type, EPS, score, and the date it was issued. If the home also earned a certification like a LEED for Homes or a Earth Advantage certification, you can indicate that under the Type 2 field. You need to make sure you upload both the front and the back of the score sheet at the back, as the back side helps to explain the front. and includes the specific information about the efficiency levels of the home that are not only informative to a prospective buyer, but are really crucial for the appraiser to reference when it comes to the appraisal. Because a lot of the things that are built into these homes are behind the walls, and this EPS kind of brings that to the forefront so that the appraiser can see what's been put into this home. For helping buyers interested in EPS, energy efficient new home, you can search for EPS on the RMLS. You go to advanced search, you double click on green energy verification type. Select EPS from the list and click search. It's a pretty easy process, and it'll give you a list of EPS in the area that you're looking at. So EPS in the MLSCO, so those of you working out of Central Oregon, you can find and upload EPS into the MLSCO to better market your listings and help your home buyers find energy efficient homes. You go to the residential property feature form where you will enter the EPS score. You'll see it there highlighted in red. And make sure again that you upload both sides, the front and the back of the EPS. Because again, there's really important information on the back of that EPS that's really important to the appraisal process. All right, speaking of the appraisal process, so when it does come time for an appraisal, EPS can be a valuable document that the appraiser can use to back up a higher assigned value. There are also additional tools to help that process, and we're going to go through those here. This appraisal addendum is a high-performance home data cost addendum for builders and contractors to provide detailed high-performance improvements to professional appraisers and real estate professionals. This was developed by Earth Advantage. There is a link at the bottom of this page, and you are welcome to download and print this document to help you in this appraisal process. It is intended to measure the extra costs that the builder incurs by building above code and provides critical information to appraisers for high performance features that might not be readily observable. For example, it's pretty easy to see how great a countertop is, but the double wall construction and spray foam, of course, is behind the walls. So this is a place to be able to highlight those features that you can't see. This can help appraisers take a cost approach instead of a comparison approach to the appraisals. We recommend brokers get this information from the home builder and provide it directly to the appraiser along with the EPS when that's available. EPS and addendum are an excellent resource in appraising a home with high performance features. It would be best to provide the EPS sheet along with this addendum. If you do have any questions about what's listed on the addendum, there's a glossary with a clarification section on the back. So any questions, there's this great, it's a very comprehensive glossary back here that can explain a lot of the more technical terms and things that you might find there on the addendum. An appraiser's opinion of market value depends on many factors, and there are appropriate steps that can be taken to help ensure the appraiser is aware of the marketability and features of the home, and these factors are incorporated into the valuation analysis. Don't wait until the appraiser comes in too low to react. Be proactive and follow as many of these steps as possible to help increase the probability of a fair and accurate appraisal of your high performance home. So the loan borrower, builder, or realtor should communicate with the lender upfront and request a qualified, competent appraiser. Let the loan officer know that this is a special type of property and not a standard co-built home. The secondary mortgage market, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, FHA, all require that an appraiser deem themselves competent before accepting an assignment. So you have the right to an appraiser that's familiar with how to appraise your high performance property. If they don't have a list of green designated appraisers, we recommend the following registries: Earth Advantage, has an extensive list of accredited green appraisers on our website. And the Appraisal Institute Sustainable Buildings Professional also can provide you with a list of competent appraisers. Inform the lender of green features by filling out an appraisal addendum, and gather other relevant documentation, including any energy labels, that's the EPS, or any green certifications. Either provide these documents to the borrower to give to the loan officer when they apply for a mortgage, that's the best case, or provide them to the lender and or appraiser directly. And you will see that we've also provided links to our accredited green appraiser list, as well as the Sustainable Buildings professional list with the Appraisal Institute. The loan borrower, builder, the loan borrower, builder, or realtor should communicate with the appraiser before the inspection is scheduled, or when the appraiser calls to schedule. They have the right to speak with the appraiser, ask questions, and provide information. All right, so that's it for the appraisal process. We're gonna go ahead and move on to some of the marketing tools that Energy Trust does provide to real estate professionals and builders to market EPS. So this first one here is the Smart Home Buyer Checklist. It's a handy tool that potential home buyers can use to ask the right energy questions when searching for a newly built home. So unlike other similar checklists, this tool does focus on high efficiency features of new construction and works to increase the energy efficiency and literacy among potential home buyers. You can find and download this resource by clicking on the picture of the checklist in this slide. This resource will also be made available to you in online resource folder. So you can go to Energy Trust website to download this, but we also make a copy available on our in the electronic folder that we're providing after the webinar today. There's also an EPS brochure available from Energy Trust to help consumers understand what makes the EPS home better. This visual tool really simplifies EPS for home buyers and explains how to use EPS to guide their home buying decisions. So look for it. You can look for it in EPS through. Look for this in EPS homes throughout the home tour season. So the Street of Dreams in Portland, Central Oregon Building Association, Strova Homes in Bend. The Energy Trust of Oregon does have a list of home tours available on their website. So if you go to energytrust.org/smart-homebuyer, a list of those home tours will be available with the details of when they happen and things like that. So if you're looking for an EPS home, those are a pretty good place to take a look at those. All right, this is just the back side of that same EPS. So this is the front, and this is the back. It really breaks down EPS, what it is. It helps home buyers really understand what it is that an EPS home is going to provide to them. This is another EPS infographic. It provides information on what the impact of the EPS is, the kind of energy savings you're going to receive. And in this particular case, it's telling folks, you know, the positive environmental impact of taking 3,000 vehicles off the road for 1 year. So lots of tools available here. We also provide the broker talking points flyer, again, available for download through that electronic folder we're providing you. This tool helps real estate professionals quickly and easily remember the benefits of EPS new construction. And that's on the front side, and on the back side are resources you can point your clients towards best services or resources to help them increase the efficiency of their home. So if you're working with an existing home buyer that's buying an existing home, these are those steps that we talked about earlier about getting the Energy Saver Kit, evaluating the home's energy use, and the other no cost and low cost energy upgrades that are available, as well as the cash incentives. This yard sign helps identify homes that have received EPS. So if you're out and about touring homes, it's distributed with home tour packages when an EPS home participates in a home tour such as the Street of Dreams and the tour in Bend and other regions that are where they have home tours. So look for this sign. You see this sign that this home does have an EPS. Energy Trust also creates these really handy fact sheets that can be distributed to sellers or buyers. Fact sheets can help explain the science behind each energy efficiency improvement and comfort, and the comfort and energy savings that the customer can expect. I'm going to go ahead and click on this link because I really want you to see all this. So they've got a whole bunch of stuff on here about commercial, and but down here at the end, here's the residential. So here's some information on EPS, tips for renters, Washington, Oregon cash incentives. There's some cooling tips, information about going solar. So this is a really handy, these fact sheets are really handy, and these can be downloaded and printed and used to, you can provide these to your clients if they have questions about all kinds of different energy saving features and incentives. So we're just going to have a real quick recap here of everything that we have covered today. Here's a quick recap for the homeowner benefits at EPS that we discussed earlier in the presentation. Again, just as a reminder, in addition to the energy savings and cost savings that homeowners will experience, there's also the benefits of comfort, health, and durability of EPS-built homes. Because they're built to be durable, they're nice and tight, you got good indoor air quality, the homeowner can really expect to experience all of these different benefits of an EPS home. Here are a few examples of how to recognize and promote EPS in the marketplace. We encourage you to ask builders that you work with if the home has any energy efficient features beyond code. And if so, ask if it has an EPS. If not, ask if they've heard of EPS and the benefits of energy efficient construction. We encourage you to ask existing home sellers that you work with if they have installed any energy efficient upgrades on their home. Any previously occupied home could have a home energy score. Ask existing home buyers that you work with if they're interested in installing any energy efficient upgrades on their home. Any previously occupied home could also have an home energy score. So there's lots of opportunities here to recognize and promote energy efficiency in our markets. So here are a few examples of how agents working with EPS builders can best promote their EPS homes in the marketplace. You'd just be sure to list EPS on the MLS. This will also help, like we talked about, help a lot with appraisals. Continue to request marketing clutter from your verifier. So if you're working with an EPS builder, the verifier that you're working with can provide you with all kinds of marketing materials, including those yard signs to help you market that EPS. Make sure when you're marketing the EPS, you include the % above code in the messaging. We talked about, on average, an EPS home is 22% above code. A lot of those can get even much better than that, depending on the measures that the builder is putting into the home. Make smart home buyer checklists available during open house and home tours. And make the connection to different home benefits that we've discussed today, the energy savings, the comfort, the durability, and include them in your feature sheets and on your MLS listings. Make sure your builder knows you are providing a higher level of marketing and service, and encourage your builders to increase energy performance and to earn more incentives. So just to do a quick wrap up, understanding Energy Trust history and current services and how to recognize and promote EPS in the marketplace are the two main areas that we covered today. I hope this information was helpful to you all. Any questions that you've entered into the chat box will be sent to me and I'll be sure to reply to those within the next couple of days. But before we go, just really quick, if you are listening to this webinar from either Roseburg and Bend, we have a bit of a bonus for you today. We are doing 2 site visits in these areas. They are both from 11:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. If you've already registered, you've already received information on where you need to go. If you have not registered, that's okay. You're welcome just to show up to the site. We've included the addresses here on this screen. I'm going to leave this up for a minute or two here, and you can all jot these addresses down. Please feel free to join us. There's plenty of room at both of these site visits for additional folks to come and check out some of these EPS features that we've talked about. You can, in both cases, you'll be able to talk about the features that were put into the home, what makes them energy efficient. And as we talked about, there's an ADU that receives an EPS. So the one in Roseburg is an ADU, so you'll be able to take a look at that application if you're in the Roseburg area. So I'll go ahead and leave this up. I'll just sit here for a few minutes. You can take time now to enter any questions that you haven't had a chance to do so to this point into the chat box, and OAR will make sure that they get those to me. I want to thank you all again today for being here. I appreciate you taking your time out to come learn about energy efficiency and the programs offered by the Energy Trust of Oregon. Thank you again, and everybody have a great week.